Hi, welcome to Featuring Forest Hills. Kendall Raruka, Realtor with the Lucas Howard Group. And today we're visiting with Trent Almassian at Almassian Jewelers.
Thank you for being on.
Thanks for having us today. Now, a little bit of background. You were a local boy.
Yes.
Left for a while.
We did, yeah.
Where did you travel to and why did you come back?
So good question. Born and raised here, graduated from East Kentwood, went to Western Michigan. Afterwards, I went to gemology school, which is in Carlsbad, California. Out there, I met my wife, Shannon. She had been out there previously. We moved to Chicago to get a lot more jewelry experience, big city, loved it. But you know, both being Midwesterners, we really missed the values of the smaller second-tier cities like what Grand Rapids is, although it continues to grow and bring more, advantages as it does. And so in 2004, we moved back to Grand Rapids, and then in 2006, we opened the store here. Have been happy ever since.
Wow, so you're celebrating 12 years this year here.
Mm-hmm.
But you also bring a lot of big city knowledge back to Grand Rapids when it comes to the jewelry industry.
Right, yeah, so we've got some phenomenal contacts. When we lived in Chicago, I worked in the retail world and Shannon was a buyer for a big company there. And so we have some terrific national contacts, a couple international contacts that really set our store at Almassian Jewelers ever so slightly different than what you typically find in town.
My mother taught me at an early age that you should always make good friends with a jeweler.
We're good people to know.
Well, I was very fascinated to learn that a lot of the pieces that you do are custom.
Yes.
And a lot of those are custom wedding bands too. So tell us about the process. What do we do?
Sure, so I'm a graduate gemologist as well as a bench jeweler. So I have, although I don't sit at the bench anymore, I have the knowledge of how things can be put together. Okay. Oftentimes people will buy an engagement ring, think about just the engagement ring, but not the band that's ultimately going to go with it. And especially with styles and designs nowadays, a straight band doesn't necessarily fit with the piece. And so what we do is take the engagement ring and make a contoured diamond band to fit flush up against it like it was intentionally designed.
Fabulous. And now let me ask about trends, because it used to be that your wedding band had to match your groom's wedding band.
Yes.
Is that still the way we do it today?
It's not. With the alternative metals coming on board and engagement rings being a lot more diamondy, guys' bands tend to be quite a bit more conservative. So although guys' bands probably haven't changed all that much in the last couple decades, engagement rings have changed significantly and kind of left the guys on a different path.
So they can really pick whatever they want. It doesn't have to match hers.
That's correct.
See, I was ahead of the game on that
That's
years
right.
ago. Well, and here it's not just wedding bands and engagement rings. You have all kinds of fine jewelry and gifts for every budget.
Every budget. We've got pieces from $25 on up to however big and expensive as you want to go. And a lot of it's in the store, which makes it really an advantage. We had a client in earlier today who was buying something for their 16-year-old granddaughter. She bought a $95 bracelet. So, those types of things are available. Again, bridal season, we've got a whole collection of jewelry that are wonderful for bridesmaids, for mothers, things like that. So always a little bit of something for everyone in our store.
Wonderful. And tell us, what is your favorite thing about Forest Hills?
So having been away, I love the sense of community that Forest Hills has. It's the amount of philanthropy, the people here is really, it's really homey and wonderful to be back in town.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for having us today.
Absolutely.
So that is Almassian Jewelers. They're on East Paris Avenue. Stop by and take a look.